morning, good evening, everybody. It is Monday, July 14th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. Without further ado, let's get into the news. The WWE has decided to be petty once again, and they have announced that there will be a special edition of NXT going down at the Met in Philadelphia, which is a theater. And the reason this is special, because this is a major announcement, because it's taking place a week before AEW comes to Philadelphia for the residency at the 2300 Arena, the former legendary ECW arena. So the WWE has finally admitted that AEW is competition. Becky Lynch has landed a role in a new FX comedy series called Movers. Filming has wrapped, but this is just really good. You see what's happening with pro wrestlers. There has been backlash to the SummerSlam comedy show, once again hosted by Toni Hinchcliffe. After the rousing success that was WrestleMania After Dark, WWE announced this, and fans are not happy. This is an untelevised event. Tony Khan has got rid of the notion that Mercedes Moné has creative control. She does not have creative. This is just something that idiotic fans who don't like her wanted to spout. Everything starts and stops with Tony Khan. TNA is looking to get a new yearly media deal worth about $10 million a year. This is literally coming from and off the backs of their partnership with the WWE. They want to essentially start producing live television shows again. The WWE will be parting with Universal Studios and invading their Halloween Horror Nights with a new crossover. We shall wait to see what happens here, but I can expect someone like Tatum Paxley and the Wyatts to definitely be involved. There was a longtime WWE employee parting ways, and there'll be none other than Scott Stanford. He uploaded a video revealing that after 15 years he is leaving the WWE. He was a host, he's been an announcer, he's been a commentator, he's done everything for someone in a position to be able to do. And a surprising name is now working as an NXT producer, and that would be none other than Shayna Baszler. Let's just say this: I'm happy that she's still with the company, but the WWE fumbled the bag. The fact that she has never won a world championship on the main roster is absolutely ridiculous. Gail Kim has bit back at the idiotic comments that TNA President Carlos Silva did when asked about why he would fire longtime TNA resident producer head Gail Kim. He wanted to quote-unquote revitalize the Knockouts division, and that's just a straight shot at the GOAT of all of the Knockouts, Gail Kim. And she says she will speak her truth, and you will not be sullying her name. That was just a bet. Gail Kim is one of the most respected, if not the most respected woman in all of professional wrestling. She is why we have the women's revolution. And look, I'm not happy about it, but it's going down. Jelly Roll will be taking place at SummerSlam. He will be teaming with Drew McIntyre. He will be teaming with Randy Orton to take on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Corporate synergy. There have been two new AEW contracts. Kevin Von Erich has signed essentially what is a Legends deal, and Dustin Rhodes has re-signed up with a new 6-year deal. This is just great news all around. The WWE has sent a letter to Daniel Bryan Danielson telling him not to do the yes chance anymore. Do you know what happened at All In? He did the yes chance, because what are you really going to do about it? On the injury side of things, it looks like Seth Rollins is hurt. He's getting an MRI done today. We shall see how that truly pans out. Jamie Hayter's injury had to switch some things around with the Ring of Honor and AEW plans. We don't know how long she'll be out, but it really caused some upheaval, kind of like Liv Morgan's injury. Red Velvet is out with injury. She had to come out of the Ring of Honor TV title match of Supercard of Honor. What is her injury? We don't know just yet. It's not enough for her to relinquish the title, but there will be an interim championship on her part. And probably and two of the most, well, one good news and one bad news. Francine, the legendary ECW woman, is cancer free, which is really, really great news. And in some sad news, Adam Cole had to relinquish the TNT championship. It looks like his former concussion is catching up with him. He wrestled on Collision on Thursday, and it sounds like he's not going as far as saying his retirement, but he's going to be going away for a good long while. We wish him the best. He's one of the nicest and best men in all of wrestling. That's the news, and we'll be right back with the Week in Review. We are here with the Week in Review. You know how we start off with Monday Night Raw. This was the go-home show for Saturday night's main event and Evolution. This show gets a fist. We open up with Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed speaking before Seth, stating their missions, which shocked Heyman, who was scared, but Seth was impressed. Bron's is going to just murder, destroy Sami Zayn. It's not even going to be cute. And Bronson Reed is going to deal with Jey Uso. Roxanne Perez has a memorial set up for Liv Morgan, and Raquel's like, she's not dead. Come on, bro. Dom is continuously ducking AJ. Kairi Sane ended up defeating Roxanne Perez, and Asuka made the save, so the Kabuki Warriors are back. Sami Zayn will face Bron Breakker and then deal with Karrion Kross. He wants to deal with Kross, but Braun is right here. Ivy now is put into the Battle Royal, and the Kabuki Warriors are put into the tag team title match at Evolution. Karrion Kross attacked Sami Zayn before his match, and then Braun absolutely decimated Sami Zayn. It was not cute. It was not pretty. It was a butt whooping. The New Day are in mourning for their tag team title loss, and they want a rematch, and then Viking Raiders are like, nah, you didn't give us one. Why would you get one? And Becky is mourning with them. She wants to know why she has to defend her championship against Bayley and Lyra. Remember, they had a number of contenders match last week, and they both lost. So why is there a triple third match? And she's not wrong. She also watches Bayley and Lyra implode as they speak their truths, and Lyra ends up dropping both of them with the Nightwing. Sami Zayn is out of action, and Bronson Reed to put down Jay. So Jay beats him by DQ, but Bronson drops him with a couple tsunamis. El Grande America defeated Dragon Lee. Gunther ducks Goldberg before their match at Saturday night's main event, and in the main event of Raw, Seth defeated Penta in a fantastic match. LA Knight got the better of Seth and got the drop on him. Over on Dynamite, this was the all-in go-home show. This show gets one thumbs up because, well, it's pretty fantastic. We open up with Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm having one last dance. Their legacies will be built for this match. Jon Moxley wants Heyman to prove him wrong. Proto Sheeta defeated Bandido and Brody King. Christian and FTR will watch each other's back. Ricochet beat Blake Christian, and then the Gates of Agony ended up beating him up again. Jet Speed took the tag team titles. We didn't see them take it, but they have the tag team titles. Mark Briscoe and MJF have their talky talk, and you know how this is going to go. They say the usual stick, and then instead of, MJF saying something disrespectful about Mark, say something disrespectful about Jay, he flips it, which causes Mark to just beat him down. The Hurt Syndicate come out to back up their man, but then Jet Speed attacks the Hurt Syndicate, and then the Patriarchy attacks them and drops them with a couple concertos. Megan Bain defeated Ty Mello, Thekla, and Queen Aminata to earn the number 2 spot in the Battle Royal. While backstage, Aminata attacked Thekla, and it's on site with these two, and I love it. Mark Briscoe's coming for MJF. Samoa Joe defeated Wheeler Yuta. Gabe Kidd attacked Samoa Joe, and the rest of the Ops made the save. In the main event, Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and the Young Bucks defeated Hangman Adam Page, Will Ospreay, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuyori Shibata. The Death Riders brings out the backs until Ospreay, and Ospreay is destroyed, but Swerve destroys the Bucks limo, causing Moxley to retreat. Over on Collision, this was the all-in go-home show. The Paragon defeated the Don Callis family. Adam Cole fought off Kyle Fletcher. The Death Riders call out the Ops for an all-in trios tag team title match, which will go down. Skyflight, the new grouping team of Scorpio Sky, Top Flight, Layla Hirsch, and Christopher Daniels. They won all of the championships. Mystico defeated the Beast Martos. MJF pops up on screen and says he will keep stealing Mask. That's just what he's going to do. It's now personal with Mark Briscoe. Hangman Adam Page makes amends with Swerve. They kind of regret what they did, but they know why they did it. And Hangman just want to lay everything on the line before his suicide mission against the Ops and John Moxley. Marina Shafir and John Moxley like, what the hell was that? They are disgusting. Marina calls Hangman a pussy twice. Mox makes no apologies for what he is, who he is, and what he's done. This was funny. Jet Speed and the Outrunners defeated FTR on the Patriarchy. Big Boom AJ challenges the Don Callis family to a match at All In, and he'll be teaming up with the Conglomeration. FTR challenged the Outrunners, so both of those matches will be going on the pre-show 0 hour. Gabe Kidd beat Shibata in the main event. Willow Nightingale, Mina Shirakawa, Queen Aminata, and Thunder Rosa defeated Megan Bang, Thekla, Julia Hart, and Athena. Chris Statlander was on commentary, and TJ joined the fray. This was to set up the Women's Casino Battle Royal over Impact. We are closing in on Slammiversary. The Elegance team beat Harley Hudson and Myla Grace. Cedric Alexander, the Grey Hands, defeated the Secret Service until Tasha Steelz turned on Cedric. Masha Slamovich and Lei Ying Lee defeated Fatal Influence. This was JC and Fallon Henley, not Jasmine Nix. I have no idea why Jasmine Nix isn't wrestling. I've heard nothing about her being hurt. Leon Slater runs into the system and he said, tell him Moose he's going to take that championship. Moose doesn't believe him. Cardona stands tall to the system and leaves before Brian Myers can say anything. Steve Macklin defeated Jake Something and Mance Warner to retain the International Championship. Tasha Steelz takes over Order 4, then they face off with the system, so a match will be made at some point down the line. We got this weird random package from Fourth Rope with Real One, aka Enzo, and it looks like he will be at Slammiversary. Indy Hartwell defeated Victoria Crawford really quickly and tested Chaz, and he said everything you have is because of me. The Northern Army tells Santino that, listen, you don't want to believe this, but Cody Deaner is the hometown man, and then Eric Young admits that he was Super Eric, which shocks Santino. We have a sit-down interview with Joe Hendry, and he says that the fans believe in Santana and he still believes in himself. And in the main event, First Class of the Nemas defeated the Hardys and the Rascals. Over on SmackDown, this was the Saturday night's main event go home show. This show gets a fist, barely. LA Knight says he will hurt Rollins, and Heyman rebuts him. The MFTs surround Knight and Jimmy backs up LA Knight, so a tag match is made for later in the evening. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are allies of convenience. Alexa then goes on to defeat Roxanne Perez, Solo Ruka, and Kairi Sane. Remember, these are each person are part of that tag team title match at Evolution. The Wyatts defeat the Street Profits, winning the tag team titles. And then backstage, as the rest of the division is upset about this, Andrade and Rey Fenix remind everyone that they are also in the tag team division. Everything going on with Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul on Jelly Roll, the less said about it, the better. But it's going down. R-Truth quickly defeated Aleister Black with the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. Black is pissed and ends up attacking Damian Priest backstage, hit him with a knee, flying knee, and dropping him with a black mass. We got a segment with Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus to promote their title match at Evolution. Tiffany throws a couple shots at Trish. Then Naomi comes out and says, listen, proceed with caution, and Jade attacked her. Jimmy Uso and LA Knight in the main event defeated Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed ended up taking out LA Knight. Now, that's something we've never done before, but I had to go over. This is the weekend wrap up because there was a lot of wrestling this weekend, and I'd be remiss not to mention everything that went down. So we have Supercard of Honor with Hachishiro defeating Michael Oku, AR Fox beating Adam Priest, Atlantis Jr., and Lee Johnson. Lee Moriarty retained the Pure Championship against Blue Panther. The Sons of Texas defeated the Infantry, retaining the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Nick Ring defeated Teton, retaining the TV Championship. Mina Shirakawa defeated Miyu Yamashita, Persephone, and Yuka Sakazaki to win the Interim Women's TV title. Athena defeated Thunder Rosa to retain the Women's Championship, and Bandido, and might be the best match of the whole weekend, defeated Takeshita to retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. Then we had NXT Great American Bash. Javon Evans defeated Jasper Troy. Sotaruka defeated Izzy Dame to retain the North American Championship. Ethan Page defeated Ricky Starks in a Falls Count Anywhere match to retain the North American Championship. Obafemi defeated Yoshiki to retain the NXT Championship. And in the main event, Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace defeated Fatal Influence once again, JC Jane and Fallon Henley. Over on Saturday night's main event, Randy Orton defeated Drew McIntyre. Jelly Roll ended up catching a Claymore for his troubles. Solo Sikoa defeated Jimmy Uso, retaining the United States Championship. LA Knight defeated Seth Rollins, but this is where Seth got hurt. And Gunther defeated Goldberg, retaining the World Heavyweight Championship in Goldberg's retirement match. 4 matches and 4 hours, absolute trash. Saturday's main event is such a trash show. Over on Evolution, Becky Lynch defeated Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley to retain the Women's Intercontinental Championship. JC Jane, with a little helping from Blake Monroe, defeated Jordan Grace to retain the NXT Women's Championship. The Judgment Day retained the Women's Tag Team Championships, defeating Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, Sotaruka and Zarya, and the Kabuki Warriors. Tiffany Stratton defeated Trish Stratus to retain the WWE Women's Championship. Stephanie Vicaire won the Battle Royal, so she gets a title match at Clash in Paris against any champion of her choosing. And in the main event, Rhea and Io were having a fantastic match until Naomi cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase and won the Women's World Championship. Our matches of the week: from Raw, Seth Rollins versus Penta. From Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, Mina Shirakawa versus Miyu Yamashita versus Persephone versus Yuka Sakazaki for the interim Ring of Honor Women's Television Championship. Also from Supercard of Honor, Athena versus Thunder Rosa for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. And of course, Bandido versus Konosuke Takeshita for the Ring of Honor World Championship. From Evolution, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Also from Evolution, Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. From the Great American Bash, Ethan Page and Ricky Saints for the North American Championship in a Falls Count Anywhere match. From All In, Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's World Championship. Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega for the AEW Unified Championship. And Adam Page versus Jon Moxley in Texas Deathmatch for the AEW World Championship. Whew! It's a lot of wrestling, y'all. My star of the week: Adam Page, Jon Moxley, Toni Storm, Darby Allin, Athena, and Naomi. Just a fantastic weekend of wrestling, no matter how petty the WWE wanted to get. But that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. You know you can check out the socials: Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. I see you when I see you. Peace.